Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. If you're returning, thank you for sticking around. If you're a new viewer, please do not forget to subscribe. So today is day 3 of our food series, and today we're going to chop life a little more. For our menu today, we have smoky plantain and asun. The list of ingredients will be down below. Do make sure to check it out. In cooking the goat's meat, we're going to need some ginger, garlic, and of course onions. To give the meat a bit of heat, I'll be adding in 2 Scotch Bonnets, but this is totally optional. And to season, I'll be making use of beef stock cube, some salt, and as well thyme. Now we will allow the meat to cook first in its own juice for about 10 to 15 minutes, after which you can add more water as you see the need. You don't necessarily need the broth for this recipe, but if you're like me, I like to keep enough broth for later. The entire meat cooking process usually takes about 30 to 45 minutes, and in the meantime you can prep the rest of the ingredients, and you can also wait to finish preparing the goat's meat. Before frying, you will need to cut the meat into smaller sizes, and to do this, you need to allow the meat to cool down so you don't burn your hand in the process. After cutting, go ahead and fry. And trust me, frying isn't exactly my favorite kitchen activity. So to give the goat meat more flavor, I'll be adding in some thyme and as well garlic, but this is completely optional. As you can see, frying takes time, so you've got to be very patient, and you can't also be in a hurry when you're frying so you don't burn yourself and burn the meat. So fry until each side is light brown. Do not over fry or else the goat meat will end up tasting like burnt meat, and we do not want that. In making the sauce for this recipe, we'll be needing some partially blended pepper mix. What I mean is the pepper shouldn't be smooth. And if you have some leftover blended pepper, you can simply mince Scotch Bonnet, tomatoes, onions and bell pepper. And that is what I will be doing for this recipe. The pepper mixture is ready, it is time to fry the plantain. So the shape we want for this plantain is basically to divide the plantain into 4 parts. Cut through the plantain horizontally and vertically, then chop off in your desired size. Do this for each of the plantain. In frying the plantain, remember to fry in batches so you don't overcrowd the fry pan. Also, you'll have to turn the sides at intervals to prevent it from burning and to get the desired color. Once each side looks golden brown, remove the plantain from the oil. The next step in this recipe is to prepare the sauce. To prepare the sauce, heat some cooking oil. I used about 3 tablespoons of oil. Then add the pepper mixture and leave it to fry. So this took about 4 to 5 minutes, but it totally depends on the quantity of pepper you have. So I've had this pepper mixture left over from the jollof ofada recipe, and I just thought that now would be a perfect time to make use of it. This is about half cup of blended pepper. For seasoning, I have here with me half teaspoon of curry powder, half teaspoon of black pepper, half teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of barbecue spice, and quarter teaspoon of thyme. Stir in the spices and allow to cook for about a minute to 2 minutes before adding the fried goat meat. Stir fry for about 2 to 3 minutes, then add in the fried plantain and stir. Finally, to the last steps of this cooking process. There's so many ways to infuse smoke into your meals. You can simply make smoky peppers, you can grill, you can opt to use the charcoal, especially when you cannot grill in your little apartment. Anyways, for this recipe, we're going to use charcoal and this aluminium pot. I have to say, you need to be extra careful so you don't burn down your house or injure yourself trying to use some charcoal. Before you do this, make sure you have the windows open to allow for ventilation. To put the bowl into the pot, we need to create a hole at the center so the smoke is evenly distributed and the bowl also sits well. And do not forget to clean the underneath of the bowl to avoid passing germs to your food. Once you do that, place the bowl in the pot and pour some oil over the heated charcoal. Allow some part of the smoke to escape for about 5 to 10 seconds, then cover immediately. When you notice there isn't so much sign of smoke over the pot, you can remove the cover and stir the asun. This looks and tastes delicious. Without doubt, this is certainly one of my very best recipes. Thank you for joining me today. Please do not forget to subscribe. Until the next time, I am the Uninspired Cook.